In this video series, I'll be making some barn door hardware. The first thing I did was mount this piece on there. Let me see if you can see what I see here. Okay, so this is the first piece that I put on. There you can see, and I lined it up. The mark that I made on there with my chisel, when I lined it up to make that bend, that's also where the top of that rail, that's where I wanted it to line up, was at the very start of the bend. So you can see that right you can see that mark right there at the end of my finger that lined up with this rail. So I lined that up, and I got a couple C-clamps. I'll show you with one here. I got a C-clamp. I'll clamp it on this one, since how that's, I used a smaller C-clamp, but I clamped that down real good on both sides, got it exactly where I wanted it, and then welded it. Welded it on the top and welded it on the bottom. Did the same on the other side. Welded it on the top, welded it on the bottom. Then I gapped, I put my 3/8 inch gap here, which is plenty of room for my 1/4 inch axle on my wheel. Clamped that piece down and did the same thing. Welded it on the top and bottom. Now, this piece does not carry any weight whatsoever. It's in there just to keep the wheel from falling out. Because with that bottom piece in there and these top two pieces, that wheel won't come out of it. Okay, and then I lined up on the other one. I didn't do this first one. Like I said, I learned on this. Oh, wait a minute. This might be the... It is. This is the second one I did. After I got these two in there, I laid that wheel in there flat, just like that. And then lined this bar up so that it was touching the axle. I pushed the wheel so that it was touching this top piece here, and I wanted this one even with it, so I shoved it right up against it on both sides, clamped it on, and did the same thing, welded it on the top and bottom. Now the last thing I'm going to do to these is I'm going to punch holes, 4 holes in the front, and I'm going to put 1/4 inch rivets in there. Some for look, but they'll also add some strength to it. Now, I am not going to peen the rivets on the back, just because I may do these two. I don't know, they'll be easy enough to get to, but I'm not going to peen these on the back because it'd be hard to get to them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the rivet flush. When it's shoved through, I'm going to cut it flush, and I'm going to weld the back side of it so that it won't fall out. It'll still have the same effect that you would have to shear the rivet off for this to move. And I don't think these are going to fall off the way they are. So mostly the rivets are going to be in there for looks. I think it'll add a lot to the look of it. And then of course I'll probably drill 3 holes, put one here, and one here for mounting it to the door. And then the brackets will be done except for finish. And this is the finish that I'm going to use. This is a Black MAGIX traditional patina. This will make that whole thing, welds, and every piece, like the ends of these axles where they're shiny from me filing them smooth, it'll make it all one nice patina black. This is really nice stuff for finishing your projects. And then this fine company that I ordered this from. I just ordered a bigger bottle. This is an 8 ounce. I ordered a 32 ounce because yes, I do like it. The same company that I ordered that from, they sent me a bottle of their metal oil to try for free. This is clear. They've got this in different colors. It's best if it's put on a little bit warm. Metal oils can be used on all metals. They have UV and corrosive inhibitors. Apply only thin coats of metal oil with a soft cloth brush or spray to the clean metal or dry patinaed surface. Brush lightly with a clean cloth. Allow 3 to 12 hours. Apply 2 coats. The oil is best applied to the surface at a moderate temperature around 70 degrees. Allow the oil to cure for 3 to 4 days, and a clear top coat or wax may be applied over the dried oil for indoor or outdoor use. I really like the way this stuff works. It goes on, it soaks into the pores of the metal. It seems to really keep it from rusting. And like it says, in 3 to 4 days, it's a dry surface. It's not an oily surface. I really like the way that works, and I was glad that they sent me that to try out. I will be getting some more of this when I get close to being empty. And that's all for the hardware. And all that's left is to make the track, which the track is just a flat piece of steel, just like I was using over there with the 2x6 illustrating the door, except it doesn't have to be that big. I have made mine to work with 1/4 inch stock. So I've got a piece of 1/4 inch bar underneath the truck that's 1 1/4 by 1/4. Somebody's race truck going by. And we'll probably take it to the house where this is going to be mounted and cut it in there. Now, we'll be lag bolting this probably, I don't know if it'll be bolted right to the studs in the house or if we'll lag bolt it to like a 1x, possibly a pallet board or a couple pallet boards, and then attach that to the wall. I'm not sure yet. I'm guessing that attaching it to the pallet lumber will be what we'll do, but I don't know that yet. And I got these for the standoffs. Let me get a lag bolt here. Now this is shorter, of course, than we'll use, but we'll cut off a piece of that. Well, probably close to that long, about 1.5 inches or so. Drill a hole in that rail and fasten it to the wall from the outside, using these as a standoff to hold that rail out away from the wall that far. I think this is about the end of this series on how to make it. The only thing that's left is, like I said, is putting the patina on it, putting the finish on it, adding the rivets. Like I said, I'm not going to peen those on. I'm just going to weld them on, mostly for looks. Mounting it up, attaching these to the door, and that's that. And I probably will have a short video later on, just after I get it all mounted up to show what it looks like. So if anybody has any questions, fire them off at me in a message. I'd be more than happy to try to answer it. I hope this helped. I do know for a fact that if you look these brackets up, the retail on them's up around $400 to $600. So there's some money that can be made for sure making these things. Hope you all enjoyed it. We'll see you later.